I gotta go now. We'll talk more tomorrow. I love you. Just as I read it, I watched as the little online disappeared from under her name. A million thoughts started racing through my mind, leaving me to just stand there, phone in hand, mouth gaped. That night, I barely slept. I kept reading my conversation with Anna over and over again. When sleep finally came, I dreamt of her. In my dream, the accident never happened. We were back together in our house and I sat on the couch, watching as she walked up to me with a bowl of popcorn in her hands and that beautiful smile painted across her face. But when my alarm went off that morning, I was alone once again, with the dead silence of my apartment cementing the fact that it was all just a dream. As I snapped back into reality, I quickly sat myself upright, desperately looking through the sheets and covers of the bed in search of my phone. Once I found it, I immediately ran the tip of my fingers across the screen to unlock it, dying to see if there was a new message from her. My heart sank when I saw there weren't any. If it weren't for our previous texts from last night, serving as evidence of the unimaginable, I would have thought that it was just another dream, fueled by the overwhelming grief I felt. With a heavy heart, I got out of bed, heading for the bathroom. And that's when I heard my phone chiming, letting me know I had just received a new text. I practically darted out of the bathroom and back into the room, heading for my phone that had been set atop the nightstand. Just as I unlocked the screen, I was greeted by a text from Anna. "Good morning," it read. As I read those two words, I couldn't help but smile, and that's how it all started. For months, I kept on texting my dead girlfriend. Throughout those months, I was finally happy again. It was just like when we started dating. I didn't have any family left. Anna was all I ever had since we were both 20. She was my whole world, and then she was taken from me. So, to have her in my life again was something I couldn't even describe, even if I couldn't see her or touch her. Having her personality back in my life was more than enough to rescue me from the hole that I was in. Things were good. I was happy. Until one night, I woke to my phone chiming at around 2 a.m. She was texting me in the middle of the night, something she never did. "Matt, wake up. Wake up, please. I need your help. They're everywhere. They're coming to get me." The words I read knocked all remnants of sleep out of me, and I quickly typed out my reply. "What's going on? And who are they?" "The others. The other dead people. They're coming for me. They're different. Their eyes are black. Please, Matt. Help me," the text read on my screen. "What can I do?" I managed to type out with my trembling fingers. I was now sitting upright in bed, intently staring down at my phone, waiting for a response. Around 5 minutes had gone by without her saying anything. I was beginning to get worried when suddenly her reply popped up on the screen. "I need you to get me out of here." "How?" I asked. "I need you to welcome me into your life. Do you accept me, Matt?" I hastily texted back, "I do, of course I do." "No, I need you to say it out loud." "What? Why?" "Just trust me, Matt. There isn't much time. It's the only way we can truly be together again." I had no idea what was happening, but I was willing to do anything to help her, to get her out of that place, and to feel her in my arms again. "I welcome you into my life," I said out loud, practically shouting. After saying the words, I looked at my phone again, desperate to see what she was going to say next. However, all I saw was the word offline written under her name. That night, I barely slept. I couldn't stop thinking about what might have happened to Anna. The next morning, I was up even before my alarm went off. I had dreamed of Anna all night. Nightmares of her, lost in a dark place, being chased by shapeless shadows. Once I was awake, the first thing I did was check my phone. Nothing. She was still offline. I hardly got anything done that day at work. All I could think about was her. I couldn't lose her again. When I got home, I checked my phone yet again, and just like in the morning, there was nothing. No new messages. That same feeling from when I lost her the first time started to creep into the pit of my stomach. It felt like a knife had been plunged into my gut, and the more I thought about her, the harder it became to breathe. I spent the rest of that night in bed. For hours, I just lied there, staring into the ceiling. After a while, I was finally able to fall asleep. A few hours later, I was woken to the chilling sound of someone whispering inside my bedroom. It was almost pitch black in the room. The only source of light was a dim glow that came from one of the streetlights outside and shined through my window. I sat myself up and looked around my bedroom, trying to find the source of the whispers, with goosebumps raised all over my body. Was I hearing things? I thought. Then I heard it again, this time loud and clear. Up here. Shivers went down my spine, and I felt my blood run cold. Slowly, I raised my head to look up, and that's when I saw it. There was a woman on the ceiling, just above the doorframe. Her skin was disgustingly pale, and she was impossibly thin to the point where you could see the outline of her bones. She wore a torn-up white gown, and her long black hair dangled from her head. She was looking at me from upside down, with her bulging all-black eyes and a smile that went from ear to ear, displaying a huge set of razor-sharp teeth. Seconds felt like hours as I sat there, paralyzed, with her just staring at me and smiling. My breathing became heavy, and no matter how much I wanted to, I just couldn't move. I was frozen. A faint smell of decay seeped into the air and began to fill my nostrils. Suddenly, the woman started dragging herself forward across the ceiling, her eyes never leaving me, her smile never wavering. Every time she moved one of her limbs to pull herself forward, a loud cracking of bones would echo throughout the room, and a deathly shriek would escape her mouth, but her lips never moved, and her smile only got wider with each time. Once she was almost directly above me, she let herself fall to the floor, making a thud as she landed right by the foot of my bed. The sound of bones cracking erupted once again, and I watched in horror as she slowly crawled under my bed and out of sight. She's been there for a while now. I don't even know how long, hours maybe. I'm just too scared to move. Every now and then, she giggles. I hear it right from under me. I started typing this in hope that someone here would know how to help. If you know anything about what to do in a situation like this, please help me. I don't think I have much longer. About a minute ago, I got a notification on my phone. It was a text from Anna. That's the end of the story, guys. Let me know if you like this horror-style content or you'd like me to explore other genres. As always, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.